Finally, an objectively great DCEU movie.
I mean, we agree on this one.
Yeah, we do!
Alright, so.
Hi, guys. So, Shazam.
Shazam.
I loved every minute of this movie.
This was...
I kind of in disbelief.
I expected to like this movie, but I did not expect to like this movie this much.
Yeah, because like I did a trailer analysis a while back when they released the first trailer back in Comic-Con. I was like, this looks really good. Yeah. Like, I think this feels like a breath of fresh air. I think it's gonna really bring some life back to this franchise, and I was fucking right.
The interesting, like, it was weirdly one of those movies where, after seeing the actual movie, you realize that they did the trailer right.
Yeah.
Where they did not put that much of the movie in the trailer.
But it still carried, like, the theme and the feel that carries into the actual film.
It was an excellent trailer. They managed to give you an idea of what you were in for without giving away too much of the story. And, honestly,
WB is fucking confident about this one, too.
Yeah,
like, they got cocky with this one. Like, they did, like, press screens, like 2 months in advance.
No, they, what was it? There are a couple moments in there that genuinely surprised me. And considering the track record of the director and the writer, like, I didn't expect anything too great. I was expecting bad, but they both are not exactly the most experienced.
What else have they done?
What was it? Message to Echo? That little one with the little blue robot.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
That movie.
Yeah.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah, and then the writer wrote...
Lights Out, Annabelle.
Yeah.
Actually, he made the good Annabelle movie, so maybe that's...
No, that's the thing, because I remember... Because, I still remember when Lights Out came out as that little short... Oh, this tilted.
Oh, yeah, it's because the engine's on it. Just...
Yeah, okay, let's fix that.
Yeah, there you
go. So the...
It's okay, Car. We'll get you to a wizard.
I expected it to squeak all the way down, and I just wanted to...
This piece of shit, Car.
But there was when the short movie Lights Out first came out online, it was well known for being legitimately creepy for being, you know, a 3-minute short film.
Yeah.
It was very effective in a very small period of time, and I never saw the Lights Out movie, but I heard nothing but good things about it. Like, people were basically just saying it's better than I expected it to be.
Yeah, I think that's one I missed. I can't remember why. I think it's just a lot of shit came out, and I just ran out of time.
It happens.
Usually when, like, shit gets really busy, horror movies are the first ones I cut.
They'll be the last ones I cut.
That and YA movies. Movies like, which one are they not going to care if I don't see? Probably the crappy horror movie.
I don't know. I feel like crappy horror movies might have more of an audience amongst adults than, you know,
it depends on
like young adult shit.
How widely known it is. Like,
sure.
Like, if it's like something along the lines like Slender Man, that'll get good views.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was my worst movie last year.
Oh, Joey King.
I saw that by myself. That movie was incomprehensible.
Did you see Wish Upon?
I did not see Wish Upon.
Wish Upon is also infamous for being terrible, and it also stars Joey King.
I heard.
Yeah. No, I'm a...
Did I see Wish Upon? If I did, I completely... Oh, the one with the shitty box!
The box! The Chinese... Yeah. The I don't know if it was specifically Chinese, some ancient Asian cursed box.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, that looked dumb, and apparently it was. It's... Oh, okay. Like,
Michael has a drink this time.
Brought to you by Coke. I wish. No.
Pay us, please.
No. That's stage 3.
But let's see. But yeah, so he made that, and he made, I guess, the good Annabelle movie.
Yeah.
And now he's made this.
I will say, like, my favorite part of the last Annabelle movie was just a part where they try to throw the doll down the well, and like it's in a priest, and it's like a nunnery. Or like a nun orphanage.
Yeah.
And the nun is there, and she's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And then like they have a thump from the lid of the well, and like a hand comes out, and the nun goes, "What is that?" Little girl goes, "Who cares? Run!"
Oh, that's good. But yeah, so there's this movie surprises.
Yeah.
In many ways, like.
Like honestly, it's like it's as good as you could really do with the Shazam with the Captain Marvel movie or Shazam movie, whatever you call it.
Yeah, I actually I don't know anything about the Shazam comics.
I know a little bit. It's not one of the ones I follow actively, but I know enough about the lore to get a lot of some of the references and to guess the post-credit scene.
Yeah. No, you called that from the start.
Yeah.
The one, like, all I know about Shazam was that it's a kid who transforms into, you know, big buff superhero.
Yeah.
And that's really, you know, that's the concept.
Captain Marvel actually has a really complex comic book history in the fact that he was actually not part of DC for a while. It was a separate company. Then DC sued them because he was too close to Superman.
Yeah.
And then they just bought him. And then they didn't do anything for a long time. That's when actually the actual Captain Marvel from Marvel Studios said, hey, we have his character. We can easily like just name after ourselves. And they didn't trademark it. So that's when they made their Captain Marvel.
Oh, wow.
And then they brought shit, and they brought their Captain Marvel back. So that's why there was two Captain Marvels for the longest time until weird. I think DC just finally gave up and just called it Shazam.
That sounds ridiculous.
It kind of was.
So you're saying this is the real Captain Marvel movie?
And we're not going there. No.
I enjoyed Captain Marvel.
I like Captain Marvel too.
I really enjoyed it.
It was like apples and oranges are two very different things.
Absolutely. But this was a good time.
This was
a fun, good time all the way through. I gave a shit about the characters. Mm-hmm. They were easy to care about. I mean, the child actors weren't the best child actors,
but they had a lot of personality to make up for.
Yeah, they had personality, and they were not irritating. Like,
no,
they're kids that you could be like, oh, that's a cute kid. Like,
but it's got a really good heart. The movie itself is like it's a really good heart. It has a solid message.
Yeah,
it knows what it feels very confident. It feels like it knows what it's doing, and it shows.
No, it's a movie that knows what it wants to do and how to hit the beats. Every laugh pretty much lands.
Yeah.
The movie is consistently funny all the way through, and
like the main lead kids and Zachary Levi are all amazing. Like they have Billy and like his friend slash brother in the film.
Yeah.
Freddie was his name?
Yeah, Freddie.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna look this up. It's gonna bug me now. That was the guy from fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought it was.
Yes.
Freddie Freeman. Zach Dylan Grazer. I don't know where they found this kid, but he is great.
Yeah, they had several really good. Every kid gets at least one solid moment, and especially Darla. Darla is the cutest fucking thing. I'm surprised they kept her out of the trailers. Maybe because they felt that might have been too like, oh, look at the cute kid as a marketing tactic.
You know what? Probably why they didn't do it is because the time the Shazam trailer came out was also the time that the Instant Family trailer was around for a long time, which also had their own token cute girl. Actually, Instant Family was actually pretty good.
I'm just mean like it's interesting. I wouldn't think that it was that closely related. It might be. Who cares? Doesn't matter. This girl is adorable. This girl is immediately lovable. She's just this tiny, like she's what, like 3 feet high.
She's radiates positive energy.
Just is super cute and just like runs around hugging people and just saying super adorable stuff.
Just like, don't think of people as strangers, think of them as possible friends.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Or your line was like, I'm a good sister.
I know.
Without giving away spoilers.
So cute. But then even the foster parents are good.
Yeah, like I said,
I've seen the dad somewhere before. I can't remember where.
Well, I got IMDb pulled up. I can
pull him up. But I remember just having a positive impression when I saw him. I've liked him in what I've seen. Clearly, I just can't remember what I've seen him in. He's a minor actor.
Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, that's what. Wow, I forgot. Yeah, no, his character's really good in Walking Dead.
Okay,
but the way that it forms this little family.
Yeah, like I said, it hits home what it needs to hit home for a Shazam movie, and it's very impressive how it does that. Because again, it's just for a character like this, for so many ridiculous elements, to have a way to work that you could take it like. you can take it seriously, but not that seriously.
Yeah.
It knows how to balance that drama and humor very, very well.
I think the thing about it is that a lot of the humorous moments feel like very real moments.
But here's the important reason. I think the reason why it works is it plays up the wish fulfillment aspect of it, which is why the character is so popular back. This character is actually more popular than Superman at one point. That's how that's how strong this wish fulfillment fantasy was. Like, what kid wouldn't want to say a magic word and suddenly turn into a big buff superhero?
Yeah.
And like this movie really plays on that, and it takes advantage. Like, what would two jackass kids who are given super? What would they do with it? And it does like everything you could realistically expect someone who just got this amazing ability to do. They dick around. They test out what they can do. They like. Fire, they just shock a fucking, what do you call those big, like, metal domes in a playground?
I don't know. Geodesic domes?
You know what I'm talking about.
I know it's geodesic.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
In terms of the way the triangles.
But they just sit there and just shock it with lightning and just giggle.
Dude, that first encounter with the mugger in the park was so great. Because on one hand, it plays into the whole, like, you know, it has the whole feminist stint of being like,
I can protect myself.
I didn't actually need your help, and him trying to be. What was it? He's holding the mugger who he just rammed into at high speed, and is like, yeah, you were the one screaming because you got pepper sprayed because this woman doesn't need my help. Get woke, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so ridiculous that it works.
And this is just a role Zachary Levi was born to play.
He's great.
He was born to play this role.
God, the amount of time they spend with just the two of them fucking around and him trying to use his superpowers to get. He starts busking with his lightning hands. Like, he literally has. He's. They make the Rocky reference about the steps because it takes place in Philadelphia, and then at one point in the movie he shows up with an open guitar case and one of those little portable speakers, and he's playing Eye of the Tiger.
Hands,
lightning hands,
lightning from my hands,
and it's just the stupidest thing, but it really does feel like some dumb kid is just giddy with superpowers, and he's like, hey, I'll make a quick buck. And he's going around trying to charge people for autographs and selfies.
Which is like something that's kind of from the books. Like, what's very interesting about this is, because I know a little bit of the books, is the fact that
I know nothing.
This harks back to when they did the whole New 52 relaunch. This is not a popular movement, but they
for anybody,
everyone kind of hated it, except for Batman. Batman worked out okay because it's Batman.
Superman did not.
No, God, no! Don't even talk. I
haven't even read it. All I saw was
Superman in jeans.
No, all I saw was the page where Superman starts snorting lines of kryptonite.
I forgot about that.
I love it.
I think
it's so bad.
The only series that worked out well for New 52 was Batman and Wonder Woman, actually.
All right,
but even then, it was still very like a dark edgelord version of Wonder Woman.
Sure. I'll take the dark and gritty. That's my bag.
Yeah,
I'm into it.
I know it is, but anyway, the one they did for Shazam was written by Jeff Johns, one of my favorite DC writers, but the interpretation they did was not good. Which is the fact that the movie borrows a lot of elements from it, but they make it work better. In that book, Billy was like the foster child, and he did get put in a foster home. And I think Freddy's also from that same book. A lot of the foster kids are from that same book. But Billy was just an unlikable little shit the entire time. That like everyone hated him. They hated his interpretation because he was just a jackass to everyone and everything. But here, like, they take those crappy elements and they make it work, and it's kind of amazing. They kind of like redeemed New 52 Shazam by proxy. It's kind of weird.
There you go. Well done.
Yeah, and if you read those comics, you also kind of predict the twist they do with the foster kids towards the end.
But the oh man, can we talk about Mark Strong for a second?
Yes,
because Mark Strong
as Dr. Sivtar.
Because last time, I think the last time we saw Mark Strong.
Don't say Sinestro.
No. The Brothers Grimsby.
Oh!
He's gone. The channel's mine now.
Not so fast, you motherfucker.
Get back in here. Oh my god! Your rage has destroyed the video.
I was thinking elephant cocks again. God damn it.
I was thinking, I forgot about the elephant cocks.
I haven't.
I was thinking about the balls in the face scene. A scene that went way longer than it should have, and at one point I just turned and started watching you, and it was so much better than the movie.
I remember just being so goddamn miserable.
Yeah, no, he was visibly just
in pain,
deeply unhappy, and I mean, he's my friend. I love him. I want him to be happy, but on another level, when the unhappiness is as superficial as a movie, it's really fun to watch.
Thanks, buddy.
It is! Anyone who's watched enough reviews with you and me knows it. I relish watching your pain. Unless it's as bad as Exodus, where neither of us is having a good time.
Oh, God, yeah. That was, like, the most boring slog. He was in Kingsman, too, so at least I had, like, that's better.
But yeah, Mark Strong, weirdly, the same as with the brothers Grimsby, managed to come in at a point in the movie where everything else was kind of a little shaky. Like, the kids had been introduced, but none of them had really gotten enough of their moments to really make you like them so much. They're just their personalities had been established.
Yeah.
And main characters were just kind of doing stuff. And he comes in with his, as always, fucking 100% there acting.
Yeah. I mean, like, and I think I've, like, this is maybe, like, a very, 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 very small nitpick with the movie, I'd say, overall, is the fact that as much as I like Mark Strong, I like his character and I like what they did with it, I thought he was well written. Especially when the part where he's introduced with Shazam in the same shot, he did feel just a little out of place. Kind of like it came from a different movie. Yeah,
that's what I loved.
Yeah, which like could be a good or bad thing. Like to me, it's like it took some getting used to.
I liked it because it felt like the gravitas that the movie needed. Because the movie up until that point is just like dumb, funny comedy.
Yeah,
and with the exception of the opening scene, which is its own kind of dumb, but the whole way that came together, where he pops in and shit gets real.
Yeah.
And now you realize what the real... Because you have a villain who is willing to hurt children.
Yeah, and not to mention the chase scene they had was great.
Yeah. Like, no, the fight sequences they have are fantastic.
Like, especially when they go through the toy store. Yeah. And they have... throwing toys at him. And I really liked how they did present him as, like, the boogeyman. Like, the unrelenting boogeyman perspective. I thought that was good visual imagery.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the big reference was great.
Oh yeah,
but that was good. I think I gave all right, well played.
The thing about Brothers Grimsby that worked well was the fact that in the middle of this really stupid Sacha Baron Cohen comedy with fucking dick and butthole jokes and all kinds of stuff, Mark Strong is still acting like he is in a real movie.
I will give you that.
And we talked about this when that happened. He brings that character. He brings that character all the way. And when he acts that role, it does feel like he doesn't realize what movie he's in. It doesn't feel like he's acting like he's in a comedy. He is taking the role absolutely seriously, and it works. And in this movie, it's the same thing. It's not some silly superhero movie where he's like, oh, I'm gonna ham it up as a villain. He glowers and he's intense and scary.
Yeah.
Like, he really does bring it. Mark Strong is great in everything I've seen him in. Everything I've seen him in. I'm sure there's something I haven't seen that he's not the best.
Are we counting Green Lantern?
I never saw Green Lantern.
Wise choice.
Yeah, well,
I saw that in theaters. I think that was the beginning of the Michael Comic Nerd Rage right there.
Sure, okay.
That's where that persona was born.
No,
as everyone else was applying, like, what the fuck was that?
No, he was also in Sherlock Holmes. The movie.
Which one?
The first, the Guy Pearce, not the Guy Pearce, the Guy Ritchie movie.
Oh, the other movie was okay.
Yeah. No, he was Moriarty.
Yeah, no, he wasn't Moriarty. He was another villain. Moriarty was introduced to the sequel.
Oh right, no, he was. Yeah, but he was in the first. He was in the first movie.
Yeah, he was the main villain of the first one.
He was the guy who was gonna blow up the chamber. Yeah.
Sorry, my first thought was Sherlock Holmes movie because the last one I saw was Holmes and Watson. So. I like how that almost got a spit take.
I don't hate Will Ferrell movies, and that movie just looked repellent.
Like, let me put it this way: you thought I looked miserable through Brothers Grimsby. You watched the review for that. It's just us, like, not even angry, just defeated. like, spirits are broken.
Dude, but see, I like Anchorman. I like Talladega Nights. Holmes and Watson from the trailer was something I did not like.
You know it was bad when I had to sit down and think which was a more miserable experience, Holmes and Watson or Sherlock Gnomes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had to sit down and
which
think
one was a
about
better
that.
Sherlock movie? Sherlock Gnomes.
Sadly, yes.
No, I've heard about that. I actually heard that Sherlock Gnomes probably would have been a much better movie if they just left out all the gnome parts, because it was a decent Sherlock thing in some structural senses.
No,
it's because it's the gnome stuff. It makes it terrible.
No, everything about it.
What about the gnome? Isn't that what the one with the gnome and the thong?
Yeah, there's that Mankini, I think it's called.
Yeah, Mankini. And it's secretly
don't make me think about
secretly a sequel to Romeo and Juliet. Yeah.
It's not even a secretly a sequel. It's pretty obvious.
Well, once you watch it, maybe, but not from the marketing. They're not like the sequel. It's not Romeo and Juliet 2. But anyway, Mark Strong is good.
Let me put it this way: if Moriarty is played by the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, I know. I remember seeing that.
Which was what happens.
I saw a video of that.
And they released an interesting twist, only to undo it literally the next scene.
Yeah. No, it's a terribly structured film.
It's got. I don't want to talk about Sherlock Gnomes. Let's talk about Shazam, movie I liked.
But sure, but the Gnomeverse.
I'm wondering how hard I can hit you with this before it breaks.
I'm just gonna hold this. So yeah, Mark Strong is a very good element. He really does come into the movie and make you like.
Here's a puddle.
This looks bad. Make this the thumbnail. Seriously, now you've got a screenshot where it looks like you're angrily grabbing my crotch, and I'm laughing.
You know what I'm terrified of one day? Someone's gonna make an out of context MTCN Twitter account, and they're gonna have so much to work with.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely with you and me.
Yeah, for sure.
All we gotta do is get all the racist clips of you being racist
or offensive in some way. There's a lot of them.
You mean racist?
Well, it's not always about race necessarily. I've also gone after religion.
Yeah, people go after religion. That's okay.
Either way, just pull up 21-year-old asshole me from like 6 years ago.
Oh no.
Just pull. Yeah, because nobody ever says such stupid things when they're 21, right?
No, of course not. You're a fully formed person with well-informed opinions about everything.
So I'm fully expecting Michael to apologize.
And a full spectrum of empathy for life experiences. Yeah.
So I'm fully expecting Michael to apologize for something about like a couple years down the line.
Yeah, James Gunn this shit. Yeah. You'll get rehired like a year and a half later. It's fine.
And I'll get another job, so it'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be fine. But yeah, Mark Strong. Solid. He comes in the movie and does I kind of have a problem with the CG demons. They kind of did not look that good.
This movie had like an $80 million budget, so like for what they had, it looks okay.
Yeah, I just there were definitely times when they did not feel like they belonged.
Yeah,
and there were definitely times where they mugged at the camera in ways that were clearly just gratuitous for 3D.
Yeah, I can see that too.
But I did enjoy that first scene where they get introduced during the board meeting.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, John Glover in there too, who's definitely an underrated actor.
It was really surprising how dark some of his shit got.
Oh, but I made it's not Dr. Civitar. That's a Flash villain. Sorry, Dr. Sivana. That's the Shazam villain. I realized I was trying to Google the image.
It was really shocking how dark some of that stuff goes. Like, the fact that he just immediately murders the shit out of his brother.
Yeah, just throws him out a window.
The fact that one of the demons, like, just venoms an innocent woman in the boardroom before throwing her out the window.
And they use that horror imagery, the secretary walking up to the window, just everyone starts beating against the glass, screaming in for help before getting violently murdered.
I was definitely having too much fun at that moment to take it too seriously and be horrified, because all I could think was, the door opens that way. You pull, not put. Come on, man.
This is why you all died.
What was this, like that Far Side cartoon? It's like the School for the Gifted, and there's a kid like pushing with all his might against the door and it just says pull on it. Yeah, so that was good. Mark Strong is nice and scary. The kids are adorable. The foster parents are believable, and you can definitely empathize with them. They're definitely good parents.
It's also, like, again, it comes down to the heart of the film is just accepting that the family you have isn't necessarily the one you're born with.
Yes.
And you can still, just because you are a foster child doesn't mean you can't have a better family.
Yeah. For
your life, and that's a strong message.
Yeah.
And, Instant Family had the same message too, and that was actually another really good movie I really liked.
All right. I'll give it a shot.
Don't be deceived by the choice for Instant Family. The way it's actually done is shockingly respectful.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was surprised by how much heart this movie had.
Me too. Because, again, like, you watch the trailer, and, like, honestly, I think this movie, and someone else pointed this out too, I think it's also a very good point, is this movie does legitimate, gritty, way better than the ones that actually try to be gritty. Because it's not...
Are you trying to start another Batman versus Superman argument, Michael?
No, I am not.
Okay.
I mean, more like the context of the film. It's not like, I'm so dark, I'm so edgy.
Don't get me started, Michael!
We've been through this, all right.
Yeah, but we didn't have enough time to finish our discussion.
We're not doing... No.
3 hours, Michael.
No.
We're going as long as the movie.
My battery doesn't last that long, huh? Anyway.
We'll get a power inverter at some point. We'll figure this out. But
like, I didn't even get to the character assassination that movie did last time.
No, but the way that this movie balances it out.
Let me finish my thought real quick before you get...
Go ahead.
Yeah. In the fact that just acting dark and edgy doesn't make it gritty. Green is the fact like this is the real world, and this is the real world we live in, and that can have comedic elements, but it's still like a dark and sad world.
Yeah. Like I said
because
earlier,
Billy Batson's life does not have a happy life.
Yeah, no,
he has to create it.
It actually does a really good thing with the fact that it takes its serious components seriously. Mm-hmm. It addresses the issues with being a foster kid and living in a foster home and the concept of a foster kid running away pretty seriously.
Yeah.
And when the characters are acting out those moments, they're doing so earnestly and it feels real.
Yeah.
And the comedic moments, like I said earlier, those feel like funny things that dumb kids would do. And
it complements but doesn't distract.
Yes. It all feels natural within the flow of the movie, which is really hard to pull off.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And they do it. They do it all the way through the movie. It works.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Man, I don't really know what else to say about this other than it's just a great movie. And like, I don't want to spoil what happens in the last part of the movie.
I do want to talk about the end credit scene though, just so I can geek out a little bit there. So I will have a little disclaimer here. Like this won't take more than like 4 minutes. So if you just want to like cut ahead a few minutes ahead of time, so I can talk about this, the reveal they do and how happy I am they're doing it.
Let's take a moment. Because what I know that what some guys do, they're like skip to this time on the screen.
Oh yeah.
And afterwards, when they see what time it is in the video, they'll go and just put a
I can do that in post.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So in post, skip to this time.
I'll put it in the description.
Fine. He won't put the box.
I don't know if they'll let me do that anymore. I feel like they took annotations out. I don't know if they.
It's not annotations. It's in the actual video editing.
Oh,
don't you have Premiere, bro?
No.
Oh, okay.
I wish I did.
We'll figure it out.
I only have, like, crappy Pinnacle.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Good on you, man. Fucking keeping at it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Work with what I got.
Yeah. No, we can put titles in there. We'll figure it out. Anyway, this time on... whatever.
It's easier just to find in the timestamp later and just put
Mr. Mind!
Okay, so from that point... You don't even know what Mr. Mind is, I had to tell you.
I do now.
It's one of those cases.
Apparently he's a caterpillar.
He is a psychic caterpillar
who plots the end of the universe.
Who is one
to rule the universe or something.
Who is like one of the most like notorious oh yeah, his full name is Mr. Mind in the Monster Society of Evil. This is fictional.
Super villain. This exists. I didn't even know this exists.
Oh yeah, like that's why I said I got excited because they show him in the beginning of the movie when they have Dr. Savannah like go into the cave for the first time as a kid. And they see the caterpillar and it goes like, oh my god, it's Mr. Mind. And I got that just as excited when I saw Cosmo in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And I'm still mad they haven't done anything with him. Do you know who Cosmo is?
No.
In the movie, you remember the dog in the astronaut suit?
Oh my god.
He is a character called Cosmo. He is a
Cosmo the space dog?
He is a psychic Russian cosmonaut.
Dude.
And he speaks in a Russian accent, psychically. My favorite line, like in the first comic he appears, it was in a Nova comic. I remember I got so excited as a kid. He goes like, they tell me like, he makes an Exorcist reference, and he goes like, that was scary movie. Cosmo had to hide behind couch.
Did you get Scottish for a second?
A little Scottish. My Russian's not great.
Oh man, no, that's see, I gotta love a comic book movie that is willing to not take itself too seriously. Like, I like a comic book movie that takes itself way too seriously.
For
but
those
at the
who don't
same
know,
time,
like, this is Mr. Mind. If you can
oh my god. What? He had the necklace too.
Yeah. No, it's a translator. This is him metamorphized. Yeah.
Ew. But yeah, so that was a weird thing.
Yeah, so Mr. Mind is a psychic caterpillar. He's like a little translator on his chest. So like he's a super genius.
That's kind of, I'm glad they did Guardians of the Galaxy and just let it be a weird movie.
Yeah,
because that does feel
it
like,
definitely opened the door too. It feels like
it feels like it definitely was a superhero movie in a time of superhero movies where they hadn't just gone off the rails and done some weird side quest thing.
And then Guardians of the Galaxy came out and it's like, oh, I guess we can do this now. And then this kind of opened the doors like Guardians 2 and Thor Ragnarok and all that. Both movies really I love.
I like to consider Thor Ragnarok like the third Guardians movie as like its own trilogy.
I can see that.
Even though we're going to have a third Guardians movie, just in terms of tone,
I mean,
those three fit together much better.
I mean, Jeff Goldblum actually makes a cameo in Guardians too.
Really?
Yeah, he's in the credit sequence. You can see him pop in one of the bubbles.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah,
oh, that's cool.
Watch it again. He's there. But no, and that's they also make a Black Adam reference. When they said like the original champion who destroyed all the temple and whatever and let all the sins out. Yeah, I'm guessing that was Black Adam. It's kind of up in the air when then I hope you're in the second movie. They've been trying to do something with Black Adam for fucking years because they got The Rock to sign on for it and they've been trying to do something ever since.
Well, The Rock was a producer on this film.
Yeah, so I'm guessing it's probably like a way to try to get his character in because there was a while it's like, okay, we're gonna do like a Shazam movie. It's like, oh, now we're gonna do a Black Adam movie. Now we're gonna put in Man of Steel 2 and that didn't happen. And then like all this and that, and like now it's like, okay, now we finally have, I assume, successful Shazam movie. Maybe now we can finally get The Rock to do the role he's been signed on for like about a decade.
Yeah,
a little over a decade.
Oh god.
If you look at Black Adam as a character in the comics, like it's pretty spot on.
No, I'm just thinking of just going back over the tragedy of Superman in this arc.
Yeah.
Just what Justice League
While we're
did.
talking about spoilers, so we can also talk Superman or Mr. not appearing in this film. When they just
they didn't have to CG his mustache off.
Well, at least there's that. He also doesn't have a head.
Oh man, that was a good moment though.
Yeah, this is Black Adam in the comics.
Oh my god, I can see Dwayne Johnson playing that. That's great.
Right?
But yeah, I think
this is a really This is where the timestamp will end. This is a really good movie. I think I love this movie. I can see it's probably on my top 10 list later this year.
Yeah. No,
like, there's very little I didn't like about it.
This gave me what I was expecting to get and so much more. I had a lot of fun. I had a good time the whole way through. The emotional moments hit. I loved all the characters. The villain is convincing. The main character is convincing.
It's better than Ocean Master, I'll say that much as far as villains go.
It has heart. A lot of heart. It has adorable kids that are not irritating ever. They're never annoying.
Yeah.
Which is astonishing.
Yeah.
Like, for a movie to put a bunch of kids into it and not have any of them be irritating as a character trait.
Yeah. And
they're also not fucking stupid.
No.
When they make kid mistakes, they make sense as kid mistakes. But they don't just do stupid kid shit. Like, they don't do anything that's a MacGuffin that involves some kid messing up just because they're being incredibly stupid even for a child.
Yeah, no, you're right. This is for a movie about kind of a ridiculous concept and a ridiculous setup with so many out there ideas, including Mr. Mind.
I mean, the closest you get is the shit that Freddy does.
Yeah, but even then, like, that makes sense.
And it makes sense as its character, but Freddy does the dumbest stuff out of anybody in the movie, and it's all because he's like, you're a superhero. You'll be fine. Shoot him in the face. Like, that was so great.
Or also, like, secret fire resistant test.
No, yeah, absolutely. Top marks.
Yeah, loved it.
Go see it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Better villain than Ocean Master.
Yeah.
Done with Patrick Wilson going, no!
I still haven't seen that. We'll see what happens.
It's enjoyable enough, but like that part's like, okay.
Yeah. Next review, hopefully my beard will have grown in properly again.
Well, aren't we talking about like doing Pet Cemetery later this week?
Oh yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Next review, my beard probably wouldn't have. When you trim too far, sometimes like I just say fuck it and let the part that's not trimmed, the part that's trimmed, grow back in. So I have this weird thing where I have a beard pattern, but then like a stubble pattern on part of it.
Well, I only shave once a week, so I have this weird thing where my hair just kind of seems to grow and fade.
Racist.
Okay, I get some of the other ones. I don't even get that one.
All right.
Oh, this is a bad time to say The Best of Enemies is also in theaters right now. You know that one?
No.
That's
It's about us.
No, it's a movie about racism.
It's about us.
I don't like that comparison because Sam Rockwell plays a clan leader, and I'm Mr. Whitey.
It's about us. Clearly.
For the record, I'm not a Klansman.
The fact that you have to clarify that, Michael, is a problem unto itself.
I've been called it on Twitter just for making a dumb 90s joke. I'm not even kidding.
Which dumb 90s joke?
Someone like made some like overly dramatic post on Twitter, and I just responded, "Well, you must be fun at parties," and that got me harassment. It was really weird.
Wait, what?
I know, right?
Oh man, Twitter famous must be weird.
It's like, I'm not even Twitter famous. I just got this group of assholes apparently just took it as an insult to their character and I poked the bear. I admit, they overreacted and they started going out to my personal tweets. Next thing I didn't call him a single name. I got called a moron, an idiot, a clan member, a racist, hate member of a hate group, all kinds of fun things.
Hate member.
A hate member, yes.
That sounds like a villain's nickname for his cock.
Suddenly imagine the monarch.
This is my hate member.
Come over here, sweetie. Come sit on your master's hate member.
You know I hate it when you call it that.
We can make that a thing. You do that better. I do the monarch. You can do, what's her name?
What was it? Oh, shoot. It's something ridiculous like Dr. Professor or something. It's been a really long time.
I haven't watched it in a long time either. But I know I can do the monarch voice. That's
yeah.
Oh, God. All right, so,
We'll look it up. Whatever.
We'll try.
We're bad nerds. We don't remember everything.
I'm just bad with names. Yeah. So, you
do watch a lot of shit.
I do watch a lot of shit.
After a certain period of time, it does just...
Thank you.
Blend together into a mishmash of stuff.
So yeah, later this week, you and I will try to go see Pet Cemetery, and if there's time, I'll try to see The Best of Enemies. All
right.
Other than that, yeah.
I mean, I've got the Stubbs A-list, so it's all just...
I know, it really makes it so much easier.
Yeah, I like it because it lets me, like, actually give a shit. Look, when going to see something in IMAX 3D is $21, and it's $24 for this thing, I'm like, yeah, why not? And if I see 2 movies a month, it pays for itself.
Yeah.
Great.
And
AMC, pay us.
well, I like AMC.
Just give us a free Stubs membership.
I use it with my AMC app on my iPhone, and I use it to schedule my schedules ahead of time and reserve my seats. So that way I can get just in time for the show and not miss an opportunity to get a great seat.
I've already used it to reserve my seats for the Avengers Endgame premiere.
Coming soon, a fan event April 25th.
IMAX.